Doubtful Sound Patea is a fiord in Fiordland National Park in the far southwest of Aotearoa, New Zealand. It is located in the same region as the smaller but more famous and accessible Milford Sound, Tahi. It took second place after Milford Sound as Aotearoa's most famous tourist destination. At 40 kilometres long, Doubtful Sound Patea is the second longest and with a depth of up to 421 metres, the deepest of the South Island's fjords. In comparison with Milford Sound, it is more widespread with cliffs not as dramatically tall and near vertical. However, the U-shaped profile of the fjord is obvious, in particular on the two innermost of the main fjord's arms and the hanging side valley along the main fjord. Like most of Fiordland, Doubtful Sound receives a high amount of rainfall, ranging from an annual average of 3,000 to 6,000 millimetres. The vegetation on the mountainous landscape surrounding the fjord is dense native rainforest. Doubtful Sound was named Doubtful Harbour in 1770 by Lieutenant James Cook, who did not enter the inlet as he was uncertain whether it was navigable under sail. It was later renamed Doubtful Sound by whalers and sailors, although it is not technically a sound but a fjord. A Spanish scientific expedition commanded by Alessandro Malaspina visited Doubtful Sound in February 1793 to conduct experiments measuring the force of gravity using a pendulum, a part of the effort to establish a new metric system. The officers of the expedition, which included Philippe Bowser Canas, a cartographer, also made the first chart of the entrance and lower parts of the sound, naming features of it. Today these form a unique cluster containing most of the Spanish names on the map of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Doubtful Sound lies deep within the Fiordland National Park, about 50 kilometres from the nearest inhabited place, the small town of Manapoti, and is surrounded by mountains terrains with peaks typically reaching 1,300 to 1,600 metres along the coast. There are no settlements for about 200 kilometres in either direction. There are three distinct arms to the sound which will extend to the south from the main fjord, from the major conflux of water just south of Secretary Island. These arms are First Arm, Crooked Arm and Hall Arm. Crooked Arm reaches to within 1 kilometre of Dag Sound. The sound is the site of several large waterfalls, notably Helena Falls at Deep Cove and the Brown Falls, which have a fall of over 600 metres. The steep hills surrounding the main fjord and its arms are known for their hundreds of waterfalls during the rainy season. Doubtful Sound contains a dozen smaller islands, with more notable ones being Elizabeth Island, Ferguson Island, Bowser Island and the Shelter Islands. Parts of the sound on the west side of Elizabeth are protected by the Aotearoa Marine Reserve.